Oh, there we go. I got it. Muted. My bad. So yeah, I got the. I'm drafted from the 8 spot. Someone asked, "Geez, look at that. Cooper Kupp falls all the way down to 8." Yeah, I'll take that every time. Okay. Somebody, let me get Cooper Kupp at 8. Sheesh. All right, so we got Cooper Kupp. That's a really nice start. Not gonna lie. Yo, got him. All right, so somebody asked me to draft from the 8 spot. Now, I honestly that's probably not gonna happen. I mean, maybe it could happen because you could have some leagues that go really, really, really heavy on running backs. So if that does happen, roll with it. So if Cooper Kupp isn't there, I would have taken Jamar Chase. T or Kelsey, I gotta look at my rankings, honestly. I think it's really close. I'd probably lean Kelsey there instead of T. Yo, what's good? Brothers and sisters, what's up? All right, so we're about to be on the clock here. And who am I looking at? CD gets taken. Man, I would have loved to have CD, but I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara. We'll go with Alvin Kamara here. Cooper Kupp, Alvin Kamara, I like it. So how's everyone doing? What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Kupp and Kamara. Mason Rudolph season. Come on now. It's gonna be Kenny Pickett season. You know ball. I know ball. I do know ball. Let's go. Keenan Allen or Kelsey, this is a hard decision for me. I would still go Kelsey there. It's close, but I'd go Kelsey still. All right. And so if you guys are interested in doing mock drafts, go get in the Discord. Link is in the bio. We're running mock drafts. I'm going to be going live every single night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about an hour. Doing mock drafts. Also, go follow the Discord. I post a lot of not Discord. TikTok content over on Discord, on TikTok. So go check that out. JT at the 102. Yeah, a lot of people go. CMC at the 101. Let's see. So we got Keenan Allen goes, Mark Andrews, James Conner at 210. That's kind of like early for where I've seen him usually. Usually he's mid third round, so my guy Alex must really like James Conner, eh? Stop with the late streams. I always got to do the late streams. J.K. Dobbins thoughts. To be honest with you, I'm not super interested in J.K. Dobbins. It depends on where he goes. There's just a lot of wide receivers that go around where he goes, like Cortland Sutton, Mike Will, like in redraft league, Mike Will, Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, if those guys are gone, maybe, but I just don't see massive upside with JK just because the receiving side isn't there. Receiving upside isn't there. We know with a rushing quarterback, like the Lamar is going to vulture some of his touchdowns. Now, I will say he is a bit more intriguing just because Gus Edwards isn't ready yet. So that is more intriguing there with J.K. Dobbins, that Gus isn't ready. And it bumps him up a little bit for me in my rankings. But we'll see as we get closer. Javonte in the third is a steal. I like Javonte there at the turn. Travis Etienne goes at 301. All right, so I'm about to be on the clock here. Who we thinking, chat? I already know who I want. There's a couple of guys, so I'm good. I'm good at whoever I get here. But there's a guy that I definitely want to take. All right, so that guy's got Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. I'd admit, no, the computer's going to auto-pick him somebody. Oh, it doesn't auto-pick him. A.J. Brown, let's go. A.J. No noise about Jefferson as of late. Justin Jefferson, what about him? I mean, I love JJ. Jay Jettas, let's go. You won me my league last year. Yo, appreciate you, Matt. Let's win it again this year. Dak Prescott, I should have went with Dak. Oh, no. Come on now. Dak, I should have went with Dak. Come on now. Maybe later though. I might go with Dak. We'll see what happens. All right, so I got AJ Brown, Alvin Kamara, Cooper Kupp. I'm liking the start so far. I'm probably going to just do like a hero RB type of build here, modified hero RB, because I'm not big on drafting quarterbacks early. But we'll see what happens. I'm probably going to go with wide receivers here because I'm not going to like the running back that are going to get back to me. There's no shot. I'm pretty sure that Dave Montgomery is probably going to go. Breece Hall will go, leaving me with like Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. So I'm probably going to get, I'm going to get, there goes Breece Hall. Portland Sutton goes. Thoughts on Saquon? I love Saquon. I'm a big fan of Saquon this year. I think he's going to have a bounce back season, especially in like a full point PPR league. I mean, I love Saquon this year. I think he's going to bounce back. This offense should be a little bit better under Brian Dable. And he's a stud himself. All right, so there goes Terry, or there goes Mike Will and Cortland Sutton. I'm just gonna go with Deontay. I know that I have Marquise Brown, I think, higher in my rankings right now, and Allen Robinson, but I'm gonna go with Deontay. We'll switch it up. I love me some 6'4" receivers, absolutely. I wish I would have gotten Mike Will or Cortland. Why not running back, tight end tack? I don't like going running or tight end this early. I'm not a fan. I'll wait on running backs, honestly. Sutton in the fourth is the fourth, and yeah, I like Sutton a lot. Comeback player of the year, Saquon. I hope so. I think he has a shot. Yes. All right, so we got our running backs. I'm confident that I can attack running backs a little bit later in the draft. So this is fine for now. Who's your tight end target? So, ideally, I mean, if I can land one of the guys at a good value that I like your Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts, Darren Waller, like if I can land them at a certain price, then okay. Otherwise, the guy that I'm trying to get is Zach Ertz. I try to get him a little bit later, like round 9 is ideally where I could land him. I'd feel good about Ertz in the 9th. If I can't get Ertz, then I'm going with like Alberto, Evan Ingram. I may just have 2 tight ends on the roster just to see if one of them hits, and then just cut, see what happens week 1 and just cut the other one and roll with the other guy, like with the guy that kind of maybe hit a little bit, guy that's playing all the snaps, and that's just my guy for the rest of the year. But why not a fan of taking tight end early? Just because I don't think a tight end is a lot of people say, oh, don't you want the big positional advantage? No, I don't think it truly is a big positional advantage. I think that majority of people are starting one tight end. Like nobody really starts a tight end in your flex unless you have like, Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce last year, then, you're starting 2 tight ends. But majority of people are just starting one tight end, right? While you could start 3 wide receivers, some leagues have 3 wide receivers starting. You could have 3 running backs starting. So the fact that you're starting multiple guys at those other positions compared to just one tight end, it's not truly a positional advantage of having Travis Kelce compared to, a guy, say like Zach Ertz, when I have, a Cooper, when I have Cortland Sutton and, a guy that could possibly be like I don't want to say Cooper Kupp, but 15 points per game, T. Higgins and Mike Will, compared to your Brandon Cooks, who's averaging, 13 points per game, somebody like that. Now that's a positional upgrade in value than your tight end position is for me. Like I'd much rather just punt the position, hopefully it hits. And it's kind of a position that's streamable throughout the year. Do you think McCaffrey will be good? Yes. I as long as he can stay healthy. I mean, if he sees the workload that he's been seeing in the past, 25 touches, chances are he's probably not going to stay healthy. Do you think McCaffrey, Mark Andrews all the way, but early? I don't like Mark Andrews be honest with you. There's no shot I'm taking him that early in the second round. No chance. You think MVS eats this year? Nah. No, I don't think so. I really don't like MVS. All right, so I'm sitting here looking forward to the season. Let's go. Yo, M-A-Z. Let's go, Maz. Let me see here. I'm on the clock. I mean, Juju, this is just a cheat code that Juju goes that late. Appreciate the $2 donation. W's in chat for M-A-Z. Kind of like Max A-Z. What it reminds me of. TikToker. Yo, appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for the $2. All right, so right now, I mean, I'm definitely hammering wide receivers, but that's all right because in rounds like 7, 8, 9 is when I'll go some running backs. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest with you. www. Dot. All right, so who we got here? We got Michael Thomas. I kind of forget about Michael Thomas a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie. On sleeper, sleepers, you gotta adjust sleepers ranks a little bit. They're a little bit, you know. Tyler doing YouTube now. I'm doing both. I'm trying to build up, you know, all social medias right now. So I try to do both. YouTube, I'll go live on YouTube. I'm gonna try to go live. I'm going to go live every single night from now until the end of the season. So every single day, be doing some mock drafts, answering fantasy football questions, that kind of stuff. So we'll be doing this stuff often. Mark Andrews, yo, there we go. We get another $2 donation. Yo, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you very much. Means a lot. What's your preferred pick in a first round? Top wide receiver or top running back? So it depends on who exactly. Like, I really love the 3 wide receivers this year: Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. But if I can land like a top tier running back, like, I'm fine. It just kind of depends on where exactly I'm drafting. But I'm starting to kind of fall in love again with DeAndre Swift. So if I have a late pick, I'm honestly going to go with DeAndre Swift. It just depends. Like, I'm not worried about Najee Harris like a lot of people, like a lot of other people are. Volume's king in fantasy football. The dude's going to be touching the ball a ton. And if that offense can be a little bit better than what they are last year, I think that he'll be really good. So it just depends on where exactly I'm drafted. Depends on format too. Yeah. Chase or Kupp? Kupp for me. But if you want to go with Jamar Chase, I wouldn't flinch at it. I think that Jamar Chase is a real shot to be wide receiver 1 this year. Like, a draft that I have coming up in 2 days. It's one of my big money league. We start 3 wide receivers in that league, and it's a full point PPR league. So I'll probably go possibly a wide receiver early, depending on who's available. But it just all comes down to who's on the board. All right, so I'm on the clock here. What round we in? We're in round 6. So I'm honestly just going to go with one last wide receiver here. And I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney. Mooney. How do you feel about Ayuk this year? I like Ayuk to kind of have a bounce back year. Actually, let me take that back. For where he's currently going, I don't mind him. He's currently going in like the 8th, 9th round. Oh, well, there he just went 6. No shot am I taking him 6th round. I'll tell you that. Usually he goes a little bit later than that. So I'm definitely not taking him in the 6th round. I think that there's other guys to take, like a Darnell Mooney, who will definitely be first in the team in targets. Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, like these guys. Adam Thielen, that offense going to be really good. Amari Cooper, we know he'll be first in that team in targets. Rashad Bateman. But for where like he usually goes, usually he's like 8th round, 9th round. I'll take him there. With new quarterback, with Debo not getting paid. Well, Debo did get paid though. 3 wide receiver plus flex league. Would you consider going 2 wide receivers with the first 2 picks? 9. Yeah, I mean, I would. I think that wide receivers hold a little bit more value in 3 wide receiver leagues when you could possibly start 4 wide receivers and only 2 running backs. So yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to going. What pick did you say? Oh, 9 out of 12. Okay, so you have pick 9. Yeah. So if I land, Jamar Chase like that guy did, Jamar Chase, and then get CD Lamb, absolutely, I would be 100% fine with that start. And then you can get like a Cam Akers, kind of like what he did. I wouldn't have gone Elijah Mitchell. I would have just continued to just kind of punt the running back position until a little bit later and just keep stockpiling on wide receivers. But yeah, I would do that. Personally, that's what I would do. Yeah. All right, so we got a little run on quarterbacks. Man, Jalen in the 7th. That seems like a no-brainer. That's just money there. I love Jalen in the 7th. Yo, Ramonde in the 7th too. Nearly 6th round before Damian Harris. The hype is real. Should I pick up Kenny Golladay? No, I wouldn't. I think that Kenny Golladay is just... I don't think he's it, to be honest with you. Appreciate the answer, no problem. Why people passing on Adam Thielen when he's an end zone machine? Kind of just an older wide receiver. I think that he's completely fine. Like, I went with Darnell just because if that Bears offense maybe isn't as bad as we think it's going to be, it probably will be. But he'll still be first on the team in targets. So I just went with that because I'm looking at this as a full point PPR league. Trey in the 7th, eh? Ooh, sheesh. These guys are going early. All right, so here I'm cool with getting... I'm just going to go with the ceiling play. I love Chase Edmonds, but I'm going to go with the ceiling play and Tony Pollard. Cam Akers or Elijah Mitchell? Cam Akers. Kamara, Saquon, Mixon, or Swift? Swift. I'm going to move Swift up in my rankings. I'm doing it. It's going to be Swift, Saquon. No, Swift, Mixon, Saquon. I got to look at my rankings, actually. Where did I put Barkley now? I don't know where I have Barkley. I got to look at my rankings. I don't have them up. I know right now what I have is Joe Mixon, Saquon, Swift. I know for sure that's what it goes. And then Kamara, they're all like 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure Joe Mixon's 7, Saquon's 8, Swift is 9, Kamara's 10. But I'm going to readjust my rankings because I really do like Swift a lot. I've been a big fanboy of Swift dating back to last year. So I think I'm going to move him up higher. Mixon, yeah, I don't think that there's really truly a wrong answer in all of them, to be honest with you. If it's like full point PPR, then I'd rather have Mixon would be last on the list if it's full point PPR. Zeke or Pollard this year? For me personally, Pollard at his current ADP, I'd rather have Pollard. I don't want Zeke at all, honestly. All right, so I'm sitting here. I'm just going to go with D-Hop. I mean, I feel like this is 8th round. I'll take D-Hop here. What about Tony or Moore? I probably go... I think Elijah Moore is just a better player, so I would go with Elijah Moore. Now, I understand the upside with Kadarius Toney, but I just think that Elijah Moore is just a way better player. So I'd rather take the better player and just hopefully the situation works out for him. So yeah. Do you think Kirk Cousins is a top 10 quarterback non-fantasy? No. Not in real life football, no. But I do think he gets a little bit too much hate. I think he's closer to the top 10 than he is to like... He's probably, right... I have never really truly thought about my top 10 quarterbacks in real life football. But I would say he's a little bit above average in football. Mixon is going to be beast mode this year. I think Mixon will be solid. It's just and those guys, like in full point PPR, I'd much rather have those other guys. Cam Akers or Elijah Mitchell, both are injury. I would take Cam Akers. Just that offense is going to be so good this upcoming season. And you have a chance where he could possibly be the guy and see a crazy amount of touchdowns this upcoming season. Are you a fan of Trey going that early? Not really. I wouldn't have taken Trey that early. No. For me, like I'd rather have other guys over Trey at that point. I mean, I love Trey, but I wouldn't have taken that early, no. Thoughts on Kamara? So second round, kind of where he's currently going. I took him at 205. I think it's worth the risk there. Now, like I've seen him honestly go late first round. I'm not taking him there. But here I'll take the risk on him. Maybe he doesn't get suspended this year. I do think that it comes down to risk tolerance. Do you want to possibly take the shot on him maybe, not getting suspended the year? Maybe he gets suspended for the fantasy football playoffs. So you have to decide for yourself whether or not he's worth that risk. For me, at that point, I'm okay to take that risk. But earlier, like CeeDee Lamb is kind of the cutoff. I want CeeDee, Saquon, all those guys over him, and then it's Alvin Kamara for me. I think Julio Jones is a sleeper. Julio Jones honestly is a sleeper. And over on sleeper, he goes way too late. So I don't even draft Julio just because I feel like he would be gone by now in a normal league. It's just on sleeper. They have him ranked way, way, way too low right now. So, all right. So who are we looking at here? Honestly, I'm just going to take my quarterback, get it out of the way. Because I could have went with Kirk Cousins. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time. I kind of miss out on stuff. I forget what I'm talking about, so it's all good. At some point, you can make a free ESPN Superflex. Yeah, I will. I'll make some league. I will. I'm still kind of waiting because people don't really want to draft quite yet. They'd rather wait, like another week, and I feel like people will be fine. So I'm kind of waiting on that. No, I'll do a bunch of league. All right, so when I'm on the clock, I wish I didn't go quarterback there. I wish I would have just waited one more round. I wish I honestly would have taken Dawson Knox there. But it is what it is. I'm going to start going some running backs. I'm on the clock, and I'm going to go with... You already know who I'm going to go with. My guy, Rachaad White. Love Rachaad White. Who should you trade for with Amari Cooper and Travis Etienne? Who should you trade for with those two guys? I mean, it's really hard to say who exactly, but I mean, I think that Travis Etienne truly does have top 10 potential in full point PPR. So it depends on how you value them and how other people. It's really hard when people say, who should I trade this guy for? It's really hard. All leagues are different. They value guys. I don't know the settings of your league. So it's really difficult to gauge who exactly. But I wouldn't sell yourself short with Travis. I think he's going to be really good this year. What's this year's last place there in your personal friends league? Or do you have one? So last place always has to. So we have a trophy for last place. It's like a toilet seat. So they win that. And then they also have to pay the beer in the draft. They have to buy the beer, which this year I think we're going to do a keg. So they had to. We don't do anything crazy like go sitting in IHOP or anything like that. You get a trophy, which is like this toilet seat. You have to wear it on draft night. You also have to. You're the commissioner on draft night, so you have to announce all the picks. You're in control of the draft board, so you got to be putting all the stickers up on the draft board while also buying the beer. Is what we do for last place. Who do I think is going to be a bust? A bust. Elijah Mitchell. Not a big fan of Elijah Mitchell this year. Another guy that I think will be a bust. Ezekiel Elliott. A lot of people kind of been coming around to Zeke. I'm not a big fan of Zeke this year. Like a lot of your dead zone running backs, like James Conner, I don't think he's going to be good this year compared to what he was last year. He's going to disappoint. Damian Harris, but I mean Damian Harris, obviously he's going super late. Him wide receiver wise. I think that like a DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, those guys are going to disappoint for what a lot of people think their upside is because of the quarterback change. So those two guys. Dave Montgomery is going to be a bust. It's not so much a bust. Like I just don't think Dave Montgomery has the upside that other players do just because of how bad that offense would be. Either 12th and 13th pick full point PPR. Should I do Adams and Diggs or Adams and Debo? I would go Adams and Diggs. Or should I go running back? It's up to you. So like in a full point league, you'll typically have DeAndre Swift there. So if you want to go with DeAndre Swift and like Stephon Diggs or Devontae Adams, whoever you like, that's fine. Or you can just go with two wide receivers. Whatever you prefer to do. I don't think that there's a wrong answer. Colts or Bills defense. I mean, I think the Bills defense will be better for the whole season. In real life. Now, does that equate to fantasy? I don't know. but I think the Colts have a really easy schedule to start the season, so I probably honestly go with the Colts. How do you feel about Breece Hall? I love Breece, the player. I just don't know. So a lot of people say Travis Etienne or Breece Hall. Here's the issue is that at least with Travis, I know he's for sure playing third downs plus more. He could still have some red zone work, still some early down work. And plus, I don't think that James Robinson's going to be the player that he once was. So I still think that he has. I should have definitely gotten more running backs here. Let me see. I really don't like any of these running backs available. I'm gonna go with Khalil Herbert. What was I talking about? Breece Hall. So the issue with Breece Hall is I don't know if he's gonna play third downs. That's the biggest issue. I see. I'm in a 12 team. I don't know. I just losing faith in Amari Cooper, and I accidentally got Booth, Cooper, and Chubb. I know. So I don't. Okay, I guess. Here's the thing with Cooper, though. I will say this about Cooper. He's definitely going to lead the team in targets. So that's a good thing with Amari Cooper. Now, if you want to try to trade him, that's totally fine. I just want to sell yourself short is all. Made a tight end, right? And it's really hard for me to say who exactly. I'm really not in love with my team. I'm not gonna lie. I should have went with another running back here. I don't mind it. I have a lot of receivers. It's all right. Julio Jones is Zeke, ride or die, end zone, ride or die. There we go. Ride or die, baby. Yo, Brian Robinson is just flying up the draft board, eh? He's flying up the draft board. Isaiah Pacheco. Ooh. Kareem Hunt gets traded. You think he'll finish top 10 fantasy-wise? Chubb, yeah. Hopefully he plays on third downs. I think that he has a higher chance of playing on third downs. So, yeah, I think he has that upside. And I'm going to go with... I mean, I know it's not smart. I'm kind of capping my upside a little bit, but... Oh, no, I didn't get Alvin Kamara. Oh, no, I did get Alvin Kamara in the league. Dang it. Oh, well. Jerry. Oh, Jerry Jones. Is Zeke ride or die? Yes, he is. I need to get, and I know it's a little bit dark. I need to get a light. Tomorrow, that's what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy a light. My light broke. He is. Well, here's the thing with, okay, and I understand this is my biggest thing with Zeke, right? It's not so much that I don't think that Zeke is going to be involved. I think that he will be involved. It's just a matter of, number one, does Zeke stay healthy? Like, the biggest problem with him over the past 2 years now has been he's been banged up. And, you know, that's what happens when you go over 1,500 total career touches. I think he's even well past that, especially dating back to college. He had a lot of work in college. Now, on top of the pros, he's already had a lot of work. Age 27. I mean, he's getting up there. Efficiency is coming down. On top of the injuries now going up. I just think it's a recipe for disaster, and I just really don't want Zeke this year. I'm not going to lie. And I've been a big fan of Zeke. I love Zeke. But RB 14 and 15 over the past 2 years in terms of points per game. So I just think that the end of Zeke is coming soon. And for me, I'd rather be a year too early than a year too late. So I just really don't have any interest whatsoever in Zeke this year in fantasy football. There's just other guys that I'd rather take. Have you been stashing Desean Watson in leagues? No, I haven't. I really don't. Here's my thing with Desean. I really don't think Desean plays this year. I've been saying this for a long time now, and it's not because I'm a Steelers fan and I'm a Browns hater. I just don't think the league allows it to happen with how big the backlash would be if Desean ends up playing this year. And especially if he got the 6 games, which I knew for sure they're going to appeal. There is no chance, no shot that they're going to let that stand. So I think that there's a real chance Desean does not play this year. So I'm not really interested in Desean. Can you do a Superflex mock after this? I'm probably going to hop off, but I'll do a mock while I'm off. Yeah. Hop off and get to bed here soon. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live on YouTube or on TikTok a lot tomorrow too. I was really busy today. Tomorrow I have like nothing to do other than just creating content. So I'm going to really focus in tomorrow on creating a bunch of content. I was doing a bunch of different things today. I do have a meeting tomorrow, but I have 2 meetings tomorrow. It's all right. I'll still be able to do, I'm still going to create a bunch of content. So, and I need to do a bunch of mock drafts because I have a draft coming up this weekend. All right, am I Mr. Irrelevant? I always take Evan Ingram. Hopefully one of these 2 guys hit. That's my biggest thing. A lot of people will say, you shouldn't draft Evan Ingram. He's probably going to be droppable. Okay, well, I do think that there's a chance he could finish as a top 10 tight end this year. So I like to go with Albert O and Evan Ingram. Hopefully one of them hits, and that's my guy. RB3, Madison or Hunt? I'd probably go with Madison. That offense just, I think, will be a lot better this year. What are you going to do with your Zeke jersey now that you aren't so high on him anymore? I wish I had a Zeke jersey. I don't have one. Question, do you create leagues with your... Yes, I do create leagues with my subscribers. I haven't done that many yet just because I'm waiting till, like, a lot of people want to wait until later, closer to the season to draft. So I'm probably not going to do a bunch of them until, like, honestly, early, like the first week or two, the first week of September, like September 1st, 2nd. So if you want to get into fantasy football leagues, go get in the Discord. The link is in my bio. Go get into that. And we'll be doing some fantasy football leagues. And I want to try to do like super flex leagues as well, on top of just your standard 1 quarterback leagues, also dynasty startups. Probably not dynasty startups. Maybe. They're just so, those are more for like the off season, because when you mix them in with, there's just too many leagues to do when you mix them in with redraft leagues at this point. So I'd rather just do dynasty startups more in the off season than I would right now. All right, so if you're interested, go get in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Also, draft guide. The draft guide is available. There's over 20 pages of written up content, over 20 pages of player rankings. That is also in the Discord. If you go, you'll see a draft guide. Click on that, and it'll take you to the draft guide. So go check that out. Link is in the bio. And I'm going to hop off for the night. I'll be live tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check out tomorrow's live stream. I'll be live then. So appreciate you all for hanging out. Thank you all, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, people. Bye.